My first time in the woods was when I was 5 years old. My dad brought me with him to hang a tree stand. The story comes up often between us as he recalls looking back at me, as he would say, standing a solid 2 foot tall, in a pile of briars yelling, "I hate the forest." Since that day, my dad has shown me many reasons to love the forest, as my 5-year-old self would call it. Over the years, we've shared many memories, from my first deer with a bow to long track jobs that ended in blood trails lost. Through all the learning experiences, there's always been one constant, and that's been appreciating that we have the freedom to pursue these animals every year together. This year will be no different, and the goal does not change. But one thing is for sure, it won't be easy, but it never has been. That's the beauty of the forest.
First set of deer season 2023. We had a big cold front move through this week, and it dropped temps about 20 degrees across the state. So, perfect weekend to be in the woods, early October. We're sitting by an old creek bed at a base of a ridge with lots of oaks dropping acorns around us. So, excited to be in the tree, and we'll see if we can get into any action this morning. Sit number 5 of the season. This evening I came up to the spot that I hunted on the first set of the season. I didn't see anything on the first set, but I wanted to gradually make my way up into this area. So I went a little bit deeper this evening. Probably walked across 10 fresh rubs. Lots of fresh poop. But it's really thick up here. So, we'll see how the night goes. Set number 6 this morning. I'm back in here where I was last night. I just left the set in the tree. Didn't bump any deer coming in, which is what I was afraid of, so that's a good sign. Also could be a sign that there aren't deer in here, but I highly doubt that with the amount of deer sign I've seen. Currently I have squirrels everywhere all around me, so we'll see if we have any movement this morning. This is gonna be my last set of the weekend. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so we'll see what happens this morning. sign I found in here coming in yesterday. With those does traveling through here, it seemed like they felt very safe. They moseyed around in here, ate acorns, as they worked their way down this old creek bed, so definitely think that this is going to be a hot spot, a hot morning sit when I come back here for deer camp in November. Okay, it's the evening sit of November 4th. I'm in a spot I've never been to before. This morning my dad saw a buck crossing the road, so I decided to come in here and see if I could find any scrapes that they seem to be hitting pretty recently, because we've seen a lot of bugs hitting scrapes, a lot of that activity happening just this morning, and we've heard about that same type of activity happening the past couple days. Got up in here, took my time, which was good, didn't spook anything, but it's already almost prime time. I mean, it's like an hour till sunset, so I am not 10 yards from a scrape. There's a couple scrapes over here. One of them's really fresh, and it's super thick in here, and there really weren't many trees to pick from. So I'm in a tree smaller than the size of a basketball, and I'm probably 10 foot off the ground. I mean, I'm not super high. I had to be right here to be able to have an opening. I had to be at this height to be able to have an opening, like an opening for my shot if they hit this scrape. So, we don't have much time before it gets dark, so we'll see what happens. as I was walking in this morning, I actually walked right up on a big shed from last year. A nice 8-point shed from last year. Probably 20 yards behind my tree. And sure enough, nice buck, about the size. It could be the same buck, I don't know. Nice 8-point. Comes walking down this ridge over here where I saw all those does last night. And he's making his way behind my tree, and he hits my trail that I walked in this morning, and immediately stops. And of course my wind's in my face, so it's blowing that way. I'm downwind of this scrape, and I was hoping they'd be coming from this direction, but didn't work out. He blew pretty hard and ran that way, so it's the rut. There could be many more bucks in this area. Maybe he'll come back in here, I don't know. We'll just have to see. I just got down from the tree. Ended up seeing another pretty nice buck come through probably an hour and a half ago or so. He was probably 80 yards away. Tried to grin at him a few times, and he didn't seem interested at all, and he walked up this way. I didn't get to show you guys this morning, but on my way in, found this shed, this old shed from, I mean, it could be from last year, it could be from the year before. I can't tell. Probably last year. I would think if it was older than that, it would be completely eaten up. This was like 20 yards away, and it was actually on the trail that that big buck this morning came in on behind my tree. I'm gonna stay in this area, but I'm gonna move off this scrape that I've been sitting on. I'll show it to you guys really quick. I wanted to come look at it this morning, see if it's... Yeah, so that's the scrape. Lots of paw marks in it and everything, but I don't know if they're hitting it anymore, to be honest. I've been in here last night and this morning, and I haven't seen one deer come in this little opening and check this scrape out, but they're all in this area. So last night, up this ridge a little ways is where I saw most of the does, and they seem to be working back and forth there. We have a bottom over here, and on the other side of this bottom, according to Onyx, there's a lot of acorn producing trees, so it looks like some oaks in there. It does look like there might be a couple oaks over in here, so I'm going to try to see if I can find maybe one that's dropping, and maybe that's why those deer kind of hanging out on this side of this ridge. But probably just going to move like 80 to 100 yards this way, hang the saddle and the sticks up, and then get out of here and come back in here this evening. And if those does do what they did last night, tonight, I should have them within range, and hopefully they'll have a buck dogging behind them. So 2 different bucks this morning, so they're in the area. Just gotta be in the right place at the right time. So we're gonna walk on up here and see what we can find. I'm back in the tree this evening, November 5th. I had to trim some limbs on this tree to get some good shooting lanes, but I'm much more confident. I'm much more confident sitting up here than I was in the tree I've been in the past 2 sits. Still in the same general vicinity, just on a different scrape, where I saw a lot of deer last night. It's about 80 to 100 yards from my stand, from the tree I was in this morning and last night. Just got back to the road. I did not see anything tonight. I kept my setup there because I feel like I gotta sit one more morning to make sure that this spot, I have a feeling about it. I want to come back in here in the morning and see what happens. But as I was getting down, I got a text from Tim, and he shot a big buck tonight, which is awesome. Thing is, he's not too sure about the shot. He actually missed low on the deer, and he was able to get a second shot. And he thought he missed low again, but the arrow's actually bloody. So he's backing out right now. We're gonna kind of regroup, look at the arrow, decide on a game plan, and go see if we can get on a blood trail on this buck. If we end up finding a buck, this will be his first deer ever. He's been hunting this public land with me for a few years now, and it's tough. It's definitely lots of pressure out here, and not all. You don't always have a ton of action, to be honest. If you're in a good spot, you'll see deer, but it's public land's tough, as many know. So would love to see him get a deer down this week, and for it to be a big buck would be even cooler. So we will see what happens.
Those bubbles.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see it on. Oh yeah.
Here.
Okay, guys. So Tuesday night, you saw we went and tracked Tim's deer for probably 2.5 hours for over 300 yards. We came to the conclusion that we thought it was maybe liver and one lung. So we backed out and worked to get in contact with someone who had a dog. And yesterday morning they came out and basically tracked that trail for another few hundred yards. And the dog couldn't come up with anything. So basically, I mean, used the entire day yesterday looking for that buck. And we couldn't find him. It's a really unfortunate situation, and I know Tim is very upset, as well as I am. I was really excited to see him get a deer down, especially a big buck for his first deer. But it's now Thursday, November 9th. Today it has been a year since I killed my deer last year at deer camp. And that same morning, my brother and I doubled up. He killed a 8-point. We have a front moving through today that's shifted the wind coming from south to north. And we're expecting to see quite a bit of rain during the day today. So, hoping that gets the deer movement, gets the deer back up on their feet, moving. I am in a spot I hunted chased by what looked like a little 6-point maybe 30 minutes ago. Would love to be able to stay in the tree, but it's looking like I'm about to get poured on. So I think I'm gonna leave this set here, get down, and just hope that the rain stops at some point today. It's supposed to rain till dark for the rest of the day, but I'm really hoping the forecast changes and maybe I can get in here in the rain and be set up for when it stops, because if it stops with daylight, like during the daylight, the deer will definitely be up on their feet. I'm back in the tree this evening. It's been raining pretty steadily the entire day since I got down. I thought I'd come out here and see what some time at the stand would do this evening. It's not pouring, it's more of a steady rain, which has me thinking that the deer are still up on their feet and moving. And that was confirmed by me walking in. I bumped a doe, actually. She was just eating acorns down in this bottom. Luckily she didn't blow at me. I think she couldn't tell what I was, so she ran off. But we're gonna see what happens. I'd rather be in the tree than be at the camper thinking about what might be under my tree if I wasn't in the woods, so.
Meh. Meh.
I think I missed him. I think my arrow hit a branch and I missed him. Oh my god. Morning of November 10th. I'm back in the same tree I missed that buck from last night. Real pretty morning this morning. Already had a couple does come down from this ridge top. I'm kind of playing a crosswind with this northerly wind, so I'm right off this trail, and if the wind shifts just right, my scent blows up that way. Yesterday we had a stronger north wind, so it made sure all my thermals and my wind was blowing down the ridge. I think those two does may have caught my scent because they were working their way down. They stopped maybe 45, 50 yards up here and just stood there for maybe 5 minutes and decided to turn around and mosey their way that way. Never blew at me or flagged or ran or anything, so I don't think they were completely spooked by any means, but definitely they may have caught my scent. Hopefully those won't be the only deer we see this morning. Back in the tree this evening. I got down this morning, went and grabbed some food, took some layers off, and I came back in. Yesterday when I had those 3 does and that buck come through that I missed, it was about 4:20. I've been in the tree for about an hour. It's 3:30 right now, so hopefully one of those hot does is still in the area and brings a buck by on that trail again. Okay guys, my dad just texted me and said that he shot a big buck. It's awesome because my 2 nephews actually came in last night. One of them's hunting with my brother and the other one's hunting with my dad, so this is kind of their first. They've hunted a little bit, but they're still kind of learning and getting to come out in the woods and just experience it. So the fact that my dad was able to shoot one this morning with my nephew Zane is awesome. I'm gonna sit here, sit tight. I'm waiting on him to text me. I'm probably gonna get down and go help Blood Trail. Super exciting. Excited to see how big this buck is and do a track job on it. So dad just texted me and found the arrow. He said he thinks he heard the deer fall, which is really good news. So it's been about 20 minutes since that spike and those does made their way through here. It would probably be a great morning to stay in the stand longer, but I really want to track this deer with my dad and get to see his reaction when we find it. So we're gonna make our way down and try to sneak out of here as best we can, because we're gonna be coming back and hunting here this evening. So
He hit this tree.
Oh, after you shot him,
Threw his
he hit that
hair
tree?
on. Yeah, he turned and hit that tree.
Oh.
See the hair?
Yeah.
And then you can see his tracks right there.
Yeah. Looks like
And
tracks right here, too.
He's
a good one. Holy cow! I cannot believe that. He ran. What did he run? 40 yards? 30 yards?
30 yards. That has to be a close shot or a good shot.
Let's go see him.
No blood. Where's the freaking blood?
Who knows? But he's dead. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, Dad!
That's a good buck. Pointer?
He's good.
He's a nice one.
I didn't know they could just die like that. I thought they died with
Oh, where's the blood?
Huh?
You see some blood?
A speck?
No, there's one right there too.
You had to have heart shot him, Dad. There's no way you did.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah, there's some blood right here too.
He said, he's right there. I thought you were joking with us.
So did I. No, I saw him as soon as he I did not know it did. Oh yeah, that's a perfect shot.
Holy cow. How in the world did I make that shot?
Oh, that's an awesome buck, Dad.
Oh, look at the stickers at the front. Oh, man. That's perfect. I mean, it's not a hard shot, but it's a long shot.
That's a great buck.
That is a
Oh
awesome
yeah, well
buck.
there's the blood.